Hello and welcome back to a special episode of Fishwick and Associates. This is our Halloween edition, and with that, I'm going to turn it over to our boss, the rootin' tootin' scootin' John Fishwick.
Howdy, partner, and good morning to you. I'm just coming in off the ranch this morning because there was a ranch next to the farm when I grew up, Zach, as you know, and so I had cowboy boots and a hat and ready to go for this Halloween edition. Excited to be here on the Halloween edition. I see our host with the most, Zach. I see Judge Daniel dressed a little differently this week. Get him to explain that a little later. And I see Kerin Daly, was a legal assistant with us. She's coming back to work with us over the holidays, but she's a first-year law student at Washington Lee. Kerin, how's everything going in law school?
It's going well. It's going well. We had an early semester, so we're a little over halfway through now.
That's great. Well, we're looking forward to you coming back, I guess, in early December. So it'll be here before we know it. So Kerin and Zach and Daniel, sometimes we get asked disclosure questions. Clients will come to us and say, should I disclose something on an insurance application or employment contract? And, Zach, as former U.S. attorney, I usually err on the side of disclosing things. I think it's always safe because if you don't disclose things, you could get charged with fraud, or misleading the folks on the other side. And no matter what you think about a problem, whether it's a prior criminal record or something that's happened in your life, I always err on the side of disclosing things. And so Judge Daniel, our resident judge, nobody can really see him today. He's got some kind of evil-looking mask there. But
allegedly, Judge Daniel is what I think you meant to me.
Yes, that could be part of the disclosure problem. But Judge Daniel, tell us about a case dealing with a Halloween disclosure.
Sure. So, as a devil advocate, I think I can speak to this issue. There's a rather famous case out of New York that's kind of thematically appropriate. It involved a haunted house, and it's called Stambovsky versus Ackley. And in that case, the seller of a house did not disclose that it was apparently haunted, and she had apparently, reported to various magazines and such, claiming that it was haunted, claiming that there were ghosts, for example, who would give their grandmother's ring to the children in bed, and that there were ghosts haunting during the night, and that sort of thing. And so they didn't disclose that to the buyer of the house. The buyer bought the house, discovered, that it was apparently haunted and that it was somewhat famous for being haunted. And he wanted to rescind the contract, meaning he wanted to essentially back out of buying the house and give it back to the seller. And the seller didn't want to do that. And he brought it to court, and the court actually ruled, and this is from the opinion itself, they said, as a matter of law, the house is haunted because the seller could not, on the one hand, claim that it was haunted in these various publications and then not claim that it was haunted during the court case. And so the court allowed the buyer to rescind the contract and get his money back, and the house went back to the seller.
That's an interesting case, Daniel, and it kind of goes in line with my thinking is you always err on the side of disclosure. You can get in trouble if you don't. And, at Halloween, I think of our law firm, we're also a little bit like a movie that's before all of yours time, certainly well before Daniel and Kerin's time, called Ghostbusters. And in Ghostbusters, they kind of bring them in to kind of fix the problem. And that's often what our law firm is. We get, we get asked to do things, and we get asked to do them promptly. And that's a fun part of our job, fixing problems at the last minute, kind of like the Ghostbusters movie. And we're honored to do that. So, Zach, on behalf of everybody in our firm here at Halloween, on a special Halloween/Ghostbusters disclosure edition with a guest appearance from Kerin Daly, would you sign us off?
Absolutely. We hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will be back again next week. So if you have any questions or comments, as always, feel free to reach out to us. Comment below, like and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week. Thank you, and have a safe, happy Halloween.
Howdy, partner.